Welcome to the Data Science with R class. In today's, we will be more discussing on graphics in R and especially this graphics, how it takes place with the plot function. So as far as plot function is concerned in R, this was the foundation to do any type of two-dimensional analysis. So either we need to go with a histogram, etc. This should start with a plot, and without plot function, we can't move to any other plot, any other advanced plot in two-dimensional or three-dimensional. So that's the reason why a plot function is going to have its significance, and it is most important part as a part of a statistical analysis, and basically it is used to visualize our data. So the plot function, it is defined with plot open braces and close braces, and the syntax of the plot function, it do have x, y, type, main, x label, y label, pch, colon, las, bty, bz, scex, etc. So now let us look into each and every module in detail. So when we are going to put up a graph, we interpret a two-dimensional graph. So we need to have a x-axis and a y-axis. So that is where the x and y denote to have a coordinating shape. So that is, we can have this as 3, 3. So 3 belongs to x-axis, another 3 belongs to a y-axis. So coordinate is going to point out the dot. So that comes the significance of putting x and y. Next one, it is going to mingle up with a type. So type, it is L type. So it draws with some line, and type, if it is H, it goes with the histogram. So in this way, we are going to mention up the type. Next comes a labeling part. So in this is the center position by default. So it is attracts the title of a graph. So title of graph. So for that, we are going to use a main function. Similarly, we want to give some x coordinate and this is y coordinate. We need to mention it up. So for that, we will be giving the x coordinate as a label and y coordinate as a label. Next comes the shape or a point, whether we want a triangle, whether we want a rectangle, whether we want a circle. So in this way, we need to put up the shape. So what was the shape when we are going to drop the point there? So for that, we are going to use a PCH. And color, it is going to indicate the foreground color, and obviously when we select a line, what type of color that line should be attracting. And similarly, LAS, it is going to stand with the label style. So how the labels should occur, whether they can be in a vertical position, whether they can be in a horizontal position. So how the labels to be printed, so that it can be whether it is in a horizontal position or whether it can be in a vertical way where we need to position this LAN. And next one, when we are going to say BTY, so the type, whether around the graph we need a rectangle or not, whether there is no border or we can have a border, etc. So for that, we give this BTY. Similarly, the background color of a symbol. So when we are using the symbols, so how will be the symbol? So the exterior point should be dark and the interior point should be dull. In this way, we need to give a symbol. So we are going to give up a single color, etc. So then comes the CEX, the amount of scaling. So what is the minimum value? What is the maximum value? We get the scale here, the minimum value, the maximum value, that it is going to bring up the range here. That is, it says the width, I mean, the size it is going to display. So we will be talking up in each and everything in detail. Now let us see, there was a data set called as a pressure. So we are printing the first 6 lines. So for first 6 lines, we are going to move with the header. So in the pressure, we are going to have 2 items. One, we are going to call it as temperature, and another, we are going to have a pressure. So this is a simple plot. So this was a very simple plot. We just made a plot here. So on the x-axis, on the y-axis, we are going to have pressure. On the x-axis, we do have the temperature, and there was a scaling, and the things are going to be related with the points there. So assume we are going to have this 100th element. So it was given as this is 100 comma point 0.2700. So that's how we are going to put up the things as a formatted way in a 2-dimensional graph. Next comes the PCH. We are going to call it as a plotting character. So if we are going to define O, then it will be as O. If we define it as plus, it will be treated as a plus there. Similarly, if we want some asterisk and all, we can select it as 18. And if it is with 17, then we can assume this was the triangle here. So that's how we are going to use the PCH. It is called as some plotting character. So how the symbol should be taken up. So for that, we are going to use the content. So when it is circle, we can be choosing this one as a 1 there. Now, little more extension here. You can see plot and the data set. This was the data set here, and PCH was 21. When the PCH was 21, we can interpret that the circle, but we can see there was a background color, there was a foreground color for a circle would need to be mentioned. So and the background color it is going to choose up will be the blue color, and there we get this background color as a light blue, and foreground color it is taking up the external, it is taken up in the blue. So the border around the circle is blue here, and the background color is light blue. So that's how we are going to mention up. And PCH, it is selecting of a circle. So we can call it as a plotting character. So PCH, it is treated as a plotting character here. So this is mentioned as a plotting character. And column, it mentions color. COL stands for color, and BG it is going to take up. So color to blue, background to light blue. That's how you are going to represent. Next one, we need to alter the size. So for that, we are going to use a character called as CEX, that is character expansion. We call it as character expansion. So how much it can be expanded? It to 1.2. So that's how we are going to give up the value. The size is going to be, size can be enlarged. The size of symbol can be enlarged. For that is the plotting character size can be enlarged. So we call that one as a character expression. Next one was whether to give up the color, to that character. So what we are going to say was, we mentioned color. So obviously this was displayed as a red color since we mentioned it as a color there. So when we are going to define with colors, we have a color function which is ranging from 1 to around 657. So this was the minimum value and this is the maximum value. And we have plenty of colors for a palette. So from the palette of colors, we can choose it up. So when we display colors as a predefined item, which shows it's white and it is LIS blue. In this way, the colors are displayed. But still, we can use a color with the hexadecimal representation, that is with 6 hexadecimals values, and color is equals to white and column is equals to 1. In this way, we are going to mention it as far as the red, green, blue values, as red, green, and blue values. So when this is color white, we can get a hexadecimal value as FF, FF, FF. Now, the next important thing should be taken up will be the plotting type. When we are going to call it as L, L stands for line. When we are going to call it as P, it stands for points. So how the graph towards connection should be there. So it is going to be a line. So we mention it with a line. If it is with H, we mention with some histogram. In this way, we are going to mention up the plotting characters. So here we can see L, it is displaying the line, and H, it is going to displaying the histogram. So yes, it is printing up in a stair model, and P, it is going to put the things into points. P, it is going to put the things into points, and thereby it is going to represent. So L, it is going to represent as a line, P with points, H for histogram, S for stair. So in this way, we are going to bring it up the contents of how to point out the graph in a two-dimensional way. Next comes, we need to have a title. We need to mention a title of graph. So for that, we are going to assign it as main here. Next one, we need to define the x-axis. So that's where we call it as x label. Similarly, we need to define the y-axis. So in order to get the y-axis, we will be using it as ylab. We will be using it as ylab. So that's how we get this main, xlab, and ylab. So lab stands there for a label. So here you can see it is given with double quotes. The temperature, it is measured in degrees, and pressure, it is in Hg. So which is given in this y-axis, and the main was it is given in vapor pressure of the mercury. So next comes the label styles. So how the label should occur, whether it should occur in a horizontal way, whether it should occur in a vertical way. So by default, the value is 0. By default, the value is 0. So when we are going to mention it as L, A, S is equals to 1, then we are mentioning it should be in a horizontal mode. So the label should be in a way it should be represented, whether to be printed or displayed in horizontal way, or it should be in a vertical way. So how we are going to look up the orientation, that was the key to understand this values. Next comes whether we need to give a outline to this graph. Whether we need a outline, yes or no. So that's the key here. So by default, it is going to draw up the line, that is yes value. If I don't, then I'm going to put it as neglect, that is with nothing, So if we do not want the box around the plot, we put N. So By default, it is going to come up with a circle. And if we need to have a grid, so every 2 centimeters we need to have a grid, then we can assign the grid. And how we are going to assign the grid was, we can use a wizard word called as grid. So using a grid function in a plot, we can put a grid value to the graph. Next one, we need to give, or we need to describe what was the point in a line or symbols, what they are going to show. So that's where we are going to call it as a legend. So you need to include a legend to your plot. So it describes what the line was about. So the positions for the legends, it can be top left, top right, left, center, right, bottom left, bottom, and bottom right. So whatever positions you need to position the legends, so that can be described. So here is an example. You can see that the legend is going to be in the top left. The legend, what it is going to be there, it is going to be with the top left. And second one, the PCH1 value was 19 here, another value was 17 here. One, it is going to be color as red, another, it is going to be color as blue. So we are going to mention up the values. So one series, that is line 1, it is pointing out pressures, temperature divided by 2, and line 2, it is representing only the pressures. One, it is going to represent the half value, another it is representing the full value. So we are going to use this to describe the graph in a more structured way, more understandable way. That's the reason why we are going to use this legends. Next comes, we need to have some subsets. We need to have some subsetting in the content. How we are going to make a subset? It is with condition. Subsets are going to be drawn with condition, or they are going to be drawn up with some filtering. So how it is done? So we need to say that the temperature which is greater than 2000 should be with red color, and PC was 19. So the symbol what we are going to take, it was 19 number. So that's how we are going to sing. You can see this, the circles outside, we are going to have a transparent circles, and here the circles are going to be completely red. So you should understand this is one set, another set, that is this, it is less than 200, and the other set is greater than 200. So this is how a normalization is looking up, that to a graph can be, same set of graph can be represented in two models. Similarly, if we want a line, then we are going to put up the line. First thing, we need to put a pressure, that is plot. Next thing, we need to include a line there. So one interesting factor when we are going to draw up a line will be line type, that is LTY. Another was LWD, that we are going to call it as line width. One, we are going to call it as line type, another we are going to call it as line width. So line width, so we are going to define whether it is 2, 3, 4, and line type, it is going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we have a dotted line, we have a dotted line, we have a double dotted line, we have a thick line, we have a thin line. So what type of line should be taken up? So for that we are going to use this line type and line width. So that's the two parameters which are going to be considered, and we measure with a plot, and then we are going to bring up the lines. Now, when a regression or when an analysis was in deep condition, Now we need to draw up a line automatically to a fixed set of values. Then we are going to use a value called as AB line. We are going to call it as an AB line. So this AB line, it is going to draw, it can be horizontal, it can be vertical, or it can be sloped. So like a polygon, it is going to be taken up. So first of all, the first condition was we are going to take a data that is located in pressures, and thereby we are putting it with a plot, and then we are mentioning AB line. So H stands for horizontal, V stands for vertical, and color, it is red, and line type, so LINE, line type, that is LTY. So it is going to be type 2. So what is type 2 here? So type 2, you can see there was a dotted line. So we are going to get this item in form of dots. In form of dots, we are going to get. And second thing, we should understand this position is at 247, and vertical position, it is going to start up at 300. So that's how we are mingling up this AB line towards the analysis in a graph. Next one. The interesting one was we not only put the PCH, but over PCH, we want data values. We want data values. So at this case, we need to give label with data. We need to give labels with data. So how we are going to give up? So PCH 19, we are taking up as a circles there, and then we are going to give the color, that is color as red, and above each coordinate we are going to get the value. About each coordinate at the location of the point or coordinate is noted both with PCH. PCH is nothing but dot followed by value or data. So we get this in the model. It is 9. So in this way we are going to print it out. So we are going to put it as a text, and then we are going to give a labels to it, and then color is going to be assigned with 7, and CEX, the width of the symbol, is going to be some 0.7 centimeters. So that's how we are going to bring the things into scenario. Next comes the axis limit. The axis limit, it is going to give up a range, that is minimum value and maximum value, as it is from 0 to 100. So here you can say it is 0 to 500 is for pressure, and 0 to 500 it is for temperature. So how can I give it? So YL, Y limit, XL, X-axis limit, it is between 0 to 500. That is from 0 to 500. So that's how we are pointing it out. Okay. So we draw up a plot, then we mention the data set, and plot is a function here. Plot is a function here. So plot function. Then we go up with a data set, then we give up the Y limit and we give up the X limit, and thereby we are getting the respected graph. Up to now, we have seen up only the plots to be taken up in a single way, but there are things where we need to have multiple plots to be calculated in a single window. At that case, the most important thing was we need to partition the graph. So for that, we are going to use a parameter. So PAR. So we are going to partition the graph with the parameter, and then we are giving it as MF ROW C of 1 comma 2. So here 1 indicates number of rows, 2 indicates number of columns. So in a single graph setup, I need 2 graphs. So that 2 graphs, it should be in a single row, right? This is only row 1. And speed versus distance, it is column 1. HP versus MPG, it is column 2. So that's how we are going to mention it as 1 comma 2. So we need PAR as a parameter, and we are going to use a function called as MF row. So that's a predefined item. So it is a graphic parameter to display multiple plots on a same graphics page, to display the multiple graphics on a same page. For example, if I can say MF row is equals to C of 2 comma 2, that includes, you can put 4 graphs here. That includes, you can put 4 graphs at this model. So rest it is fine, right? Cars, it is going to be a data set, and main, it is going to be the caption, or you can call it as a title here, and it is to be displayed, the content, it is going to be displayed with a color. So we are going to drop a graph between the empty cars, and the attribute was MPG. So this is data set, and HP, it is going to be an attribute here. So one, it is going to be in a red color, another it is going to be in a blue color. You are mentioning of the items. So everything, it is purely in a plot function. Okay, one most important item at this case was, if I don't remove the, or if I don't reset, this multiple plots to a single plot, then rest of the plots also will be in a multiple plots only. So this was a situation which will arise unknowingly, right? So from a single plot, if we are going to switch to a multiple plots, and when we use it, it is fine. But once the multiple plots have been taken up, again we have to reset to the previous state. So how can I reset to the previous state was, I am going to put C of 1 comma 1. So 1 row and 1 column. So that's how we have to reset to the single page and single plot. So for that, we are going to use this 1 comma 1. So we talked about different options, and finally I want to save the image. That is what saving the plot. So how can we save the plot? So the saving of a plot, it can be with PNG, Portable Network Graphic Image, Joint Picture Expert Group, or PDF file. So we can put it in a PDF file, or we can put it in a PNG file, or we can put it in a JPG file. So it's up to you. So once the plot has been taken up, next we need to come back to the console. So we need to close the graphics. So in order to close the graphics, we should say GEVP is .off. So this was the last command we should address it. So the first command was, we need to save the plot in a PNG file, and here we are going to call it as name of file followed by extension. So extension, it will be PNG, it can be JPG, or it can be PDF file. And how much is the height is going to be mentioned. So we are going to mention up the size. So size we are going to mention up, that's the height of the content. And then pressure, it is going to be the data set, and columns, it is represented in blue color. The color, it is represented in blue color, and it is using a symbol with a circle there. That's where PCH, and type, it is with B. So it is with B, type B, and then we are going to have the title to be displayed followed by X label and Y label. So X label and Y label, we are going to bring it up, and finally it should be in DevOps. So that's how we are going to get the graph, and it is in blue color and it is linked up and it is going to have a caption, a title, and finally it is going to be saved as myplot.png, portable network graphics. So in this way we are saving up the file. So this is all regarding different graphics in the R language, and the different graphics in R language purely it mingles up with the different types of plot operands. So the first type of plot option was to have a syntax with X, Y, type, main label, X label, Y label, PCH column, color, LS, BGY, BGC, etc. So X and Y, they put up the X coordinate and Y coordinate, type, the type of graph to be drawn, and we will look each of them in detail. So when we are going not to mention anything, by default a graph will come based upon the attributes for the data set. And when we mention PCH, so that is nothing but a plotting character. At this case, plotting character will be taken as 17, which it is representing the triangle, the dark triangle. So in this way, when we mention it as 19, it is taking it as a darkened bubble. So we need to mention the shape of the plot it is going to occur. So another added thing was we can have a color to that content. So COL there it stands for color, and if we can even give a background color, so that will be BG is equals to some light blue. And similarly, how much is the size of that symbol? So we can increase the size or we can decrease the size. So we are setting up this color with a color expansion where we can call it as character expansion, that is CEX. So it is going to be a character expansion. The bubble size is going to be taken up. And then as we mentioned, the color is going to be red or things, and there is a palette of colors which are ranging from 0000000 to F. So totally we do represent the things into a red, green and blue, and the things are going to be in form of a hexadecimal color. So we can use a number system, we can give the color name, we can use a ASCII code. It is up to us how we can define the color there. And coming to the plots here, when we are going to put a P there, it is taking up with the points. When we put a line, it is taking up with the L. And when we are representing with a histogram, then it is going to be shown it as H. And that's how we are going to build up with the content. So after type of a graph, then the labels, it can be given to the caption, main, and then the x-axis or a y-axis can be defined. So that is taken up with main, X label and Y label, and how the label should be displayed, whether they can be in horizontal or whether they can be in vertical, that comes with the axis of a label. Similarly, when the box, by default, the border of the graph will be displayed. If we don't want the border, then we have to say BT, that is box type, is equals to none. So when we are going to put it as N, it assumes that we should not get any border around the graph. Similarly, grid lines can be added to a plot function. For that, we are going to use grid, open braces and close braces. And when a graph is going to be drawn and a plot is taken with a line, etc., we need to describe what that line was saying. So to describe that line, we should add a legend. So where to be added that the data should be precise, the data should be not overlapped with the legend. So legend can be formulated to a top, left, right, bottom, center as 9 ways. So in a single graph, we can draw up a subset, nor we can draw up a mating on a filtering condition. So up to this condition, less than 200, you go with this color. Greater than 200, you have to draw in this color. In this way, we can mention it. So that's where we call here as a subsetting. And that the same can be applicable towards drawing a line also. An important case was line type. So lines, they can be dark line, thin line, dotted line. So there are 6 types of lines which can be taken up based upon the importance. So when we are going to choose a line, it is taken up with an argument called as LTY. LTY stands for line type. And similarly, line width. So how much it should be? It is 2, 3, 4. So in this way, we are going to give up the number of pixels towards the line to be displayed. A foremost important thing to do an analysis was to drop a graph in between the data label points. So for that, we are going to use a line called as AB line. So AB line, it gives a exact position where the horizontal position a line should go up, a vertical position a line should go up, and what type of color it is, and the line type, whether it is dotted line, whether it is a not dotted line. So in this way, we need to give up the parameters, and at that position, the line is going to be taken up. Similarly, over data points, we need to put up some values there. So for that, we are going to use text. So text function is there. Using the text function, we put up the values, and the size of the type, it is going to be a diamond, it can be a circle. We are going to mention its COS, and the color, it is represented as a blue, etc. Similarly, how much should be an x-axis, the minimum range, the maximum range. Similarly, how much should be a y-axis. It can be given that the limit we are going to call, that is x limit, or we call it as a y limit. And all the things are going to be applicable either to a plots which can be taken up in one page, one plot, or multiple plots can also be formulated. When we are going to formulate a multiple graphs, we can put it as MF row, and it is 1, 2. So 1 indicates number of rows and 2 indicates number of columns. So when the plot was done, if we want to, we have to move to the starting location. We have to reset to our original values. Then only the rest of the people will get the single page, single plot. If not, they will be stuck up with the same function, that is MF row. So for that, we are going to use the parameter function, and there we initialize with a list with 1, 1. There 1, it is indicates 1 row and 1 column. And finally, when a plot is taken up, we can save the plot. So saving a plot can be in portable network graphic, or a Java picture expert group, or a PDF file. In this way, graphs can be saved. And when it is looking up towards a console, so console shouldn't block that content. So for that, we are going to say dev.off, so dev.off, so that we are going to close up the graphics page. And similarly, the name of an image, file name is equals to myplot.png, and how much it is occupying, how much width it is occupying, how much height it is occupying, you can mention it up. So all the dimensions can be recorded along with its labels. So this is all regarding the plot function in R. So thank you.